like, share, subscribe. HCB2 World.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you know how this review thing works. New episode of Dragon Ball Super, new review, alright? Now this week we got episode 83, and really for me it was interesting on multiple levels, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first off, let me ask you guys for a favor. Alright, so a fellow YouTuber by the name of Natsu Uchiha, he asked me to shout him out because he's really close to 100 subs, but he can't quite get over that hump, alright? So I am going to ask you guys to go to his channel and sub to him. Now to help him out with that, I am going to leave his logo at the end of my video. Just tap on it, subscribe to his channel, and show him some love, alright? Now if you haven't subbed to my channel, my logo's on the end as well, so tap me and show me some love also. Now jumping into this review, man, there were several things that were crazy to me. Starting off, it was crazy to me that the gods don't even know what's going on in their own universe, you know? Like, Supreme Kai, he's talking about how he doesn't know if there are any other strong fighters on any other planets. Like, how do you not know that? Dude, it is your job to know what's going on in your backyard, and the fact that you don't know that is crazy. But not only does he not know if there are any other strong fighters out there, he's basically like, oh, forget it, we can just pick them all from planet Earth, you know? Like, that's nuts, man. Like, dude, do you not understand what's on the line? The existence of your universe in yourself is on the line, dude. You just can't be like, well, let's just get them from Earth. You should really, like, know what's going on. Now, the second thing that was crazy to me is the way Dragon Ball Super rewrites what we know to be fact, you know? Like, they do it and just really don't care if we can realize it or not. The first thing I caught was, you know, when Future Trunks came back, they magically changed the color of his hair. Like, they think we don't know stuff like that. But this time, what they did in this episode was just downright nuts. Now, I don't know if I missed something at some point and maybe some things changed. I don't know. But, you know, the fact that they tried to rewrite the androids as never really being androids, but just being enhanced or being given the power to be superhuman because they were enhanced on the cellular level, that's crazy to me. Like, we have always known them as androids, so why is it all of a sudden they're not androids, they were humans just enhanced, you know? Like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that you can rewrite something that's been fact for like well over 10, 15 years, you know? But it is what it is. Also, Android 17 is supposedly back, you know? With them showing the Dragon Ball so much, I figured he would be wished back, but apparently he's already back. But that could be something that was addressed in the time skip, so, you know, they might get a pass on there. But in terms of rewriting the androids, it's not been androids at all. That's crazy to me, but maybe I'm just tripping. Now, one thing I did love about this episode is that when they were talking about fighters, you know, Krillin kind of came up. He was like one of the first ones to come up. Gohan kind of wrote my man Krillin off as not being strong enough when they did the little image battle. But Goku was like, yo, you don't know, Krillin's been training and he's got some cool moves that I think is actually going to impress you when you see him. So I thought it was cool that Goku kind of shouted out his best friend, but I also thought it was kind of whack that Gohan wrote him off. But let's be honest, Krillin's not known for being strong, you know. A lot of times when these major battles come up, Krillin does get his ass beat. It's hard for me to picture him competing with some of the fighters in the other universes. But, you know, they picked him up, so we'll have to see how this goes. Now, granted, as watchers, you know, we already know who the 10 fighters are simply from watching the intros and doing our research and just, you know, kind of diving into things. So we already know who the 10 fighters are, but it is still kind of interesting to see what kind of methods they use in terms of determining who's going to be in the fight and who's not. Now, one thing that's crazy to me also is that they don't really tell Vegeta what's going on, you know. Like, I think it would have served as a greater motivator if they flat out told Vegeta what's happening. But instead, the pitch they use is that, hey, Vegeta, you know, if you join us in this tournament, you get to fight 70 other strong guys from all other universes. Like, with Vegeta just having a baby, they should have just really told him what was going on, because now that he has another kid, that's going to be extra motivation for him, you know. But kind of keeping them blind as you go into this thing, I don't think it's the right approach. But who knows, maybe like next episode or episode after that, you're going to find out, or he's going to find out, you know, what's really going on. Now, I love that they kind of, when they talked about adding fighters, they kind of brought up Master Roshi. And they didn't really talk about Master Roshi being strong because, of course, we know Master Roshi, he's an old-ass dude. He hasn't fought since the Civil War, so he's probably not that strong. But what they did mention was that his experience makes him kind of tricky. And, you know, he probably does have a few techniques that will definitely serve as a great weapon in terms of what he can do in the tournament. So I think the way that they described Master Roshi and adding him to the team, I thought that was actually pretty awesome. One thing I loved about this episode as well too is how protective Vegeta got over his daughter. You know, He just had a daughter, and he's too proud to just walk up and hold the baby. You know, he's Vegeta, kind of like how he was in Dragon Ball Z when he was getting ready to destroy himself, and how he finally hugged Trunks. That was the first time he ever kind of showed that emotion to one of his kids. And Vegeta, you know, he's a guy that's always been, hey, I'm going to stay to myself. But secretly, we know that he loves his family. We know that he cares about his kids. So it's kind of interesting to see him standing back, getting a little jealous as everyone holds his baby. And then when they make his daughter cry, he goes Super Saiyan Blue. You know, and as a dad, when you have a daughter, you know you're going to protect your daughter no matter what. And you know you're going to hurt anybody that makes her cry. So to see Vegeta go Super Saiyan Blue every time somebody makes her cry, I thought that was one, pretty funny, and two, pretty cool. Another thing I loved about this episode is that Yamcha actually thought he was going to be picked up to be on the squad. Like, I cannot think of one freaking time where Yamcha ever showed up where he was kind of useful, you know. So it's funny that he's telling himself that he's going to fly home so they can pick him up and they can ask him to be in the tournament. That's hilarious. Now, granted, Tien isn't super strong, but there have been times throughout the Dragon Ball Z series where Tien was useful. Most specifically during the Cell Saga when he was keeping Cell trapped in that hole using his Tri-Beam. At least if Yamcha would have contributed like that, you know, we could have been okay with him being on the team. But the fact that he thinks he's even going to get an invite was crazy to me. In terms of this episode, you know, there wasn't really too much going on. I did enjoy the episode, but there, like I said, there were definitely some things I thought was crazy. I also thought it was crazy that the first thing they did was eat, and instead of, you know, gathering this team, apparently they think they have a shit ton of time. We know they don't, but like, I guess like Beerus said, you know, it's his last meal, so he's gonna go ahead and gorge and enjoy himself. Other than that, it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it, but I'm really like you guys. I'm ready to get to the action, man. I understand, you know, there's an order to these things. You gotta kind of drag it out, put a little bit of filler stuff in there, and then get to the meat and potatoes. But honestly, man, I wish we could fast forward past all this stuff and get to the tournament. I'm really interested to see some of the pitches that they're going to give to the other guys. I know Piccolo signed up on board. You know, I know he'll be easy, but I kind of want to see how they pitch this to Master Roshi and how they pitch this to Tien. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for this review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If so, go ahead and smash that like button because your boy appreciates getting likes. Also, if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I got some cool things coming out. I finally got a lot more free time, so I'm going to be rolling out more videos. And, you know, to help me out and help my boy Natsu out, make sure you sub to him as well. As always, guys, thanks for stopping through. I'm your boy Heroes Come Back 2. Do great, be great. I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. Peace.